Welcome to 7-Sided Carpathian Adventure. Travel back 700 years to the early 1300s. Castles like this dot the countryside. The Hungarian Empire, or Carpathian Empire, is at its zenith. The nascent Ottomans are on the rise, but neither Holy nor Roman, nor an empire, Holy Roman Empire, battles within. England and France fight one another. As the Templars recede into history, the Teutons are on the rise. Welcome to the Carpathian Adventure. This was a great hall. There would have been a roaring fire. It would have been adorned with Gothic windows. This might be where our adventuring party might gather. Let's meet them.
From the kingdom of Aragon, I am Simon Val. I ventured forth with few possessions and little coin, save an ancient tomb I searched to decipher. But I've struggled to find clues, and at times, food. While freezing in the Alps, fate crossed my path with a shining knight and the champions of the sun. Having aided me in a desperate time, they have earned my service and my friendship. Now, using my wizardry, I fight by their side.
I am Balder, a Norseman, a soldier, and an eldritch knight. I left my home to leave politics behind, only to be dogged by it across Europe. I first met the Champions of the Sun outside a small town in Hungary. Together, we battled Ottoman raiders and vampires. The Champions gave me purpose again, and where it takes me, I know not, but I know I want to be a part of it.
I am Kip Kaelin, Ranger of the North, and I am lost. Hailing all the way from Garin in Scotland, I have faced great tragedy, losing all those dear to me. I am haunted by that fateful night, and what was taken from me. I face defeat at every turn, attempting to enact revenge on those that did this to us. And when all my strength, resources, and allies, save for my trusted wolf Lycoa, was depleted, I stumbled upon the Champions of the Sun at the Battle of Sagut. I decided to ally myself with these seemingly capable and worthy adventurers to aid me in putting the lost to rest. It is what she would want, or so she seems to indicate.
I am Edric, and I am from England. I spent most of my youth in the Navy. Climbing the ranks, I was granted land and title. However, I did not fit in. A heretic to most, I fled, leaving my wife and children behind. In the city on mines, I met a group that changed my life forever, the Champions of the Sun. In time, perhaps they might help me reunite with my family.
I am Borinth, the Cave Bear. I come from a tribe of barbarians that once lived in the mountains of the Bodenweiler. While on my sacred spirit quest, my tribe and family were attacked with none left alive. I now seek the power to avenge my people. With my rage, I grow stronger, and with the Champions of the Sun, I seek a path to restore and preserve my people's culture and rid this world of any evil that stands in my way.
I am Benalu. I hail from far-off Ethiopia. With no brothers, my noble father indulged my obsession with self-defense. On business in Rome, my family was accosted, but my skills enabled me to defeat our attackers. My desire to fight crime fueled. In my travels, I made a powerful enemy who may now pursue me. Near the Drusistine, I met a stoic knight and the Champions of the Sun. Now, in a strange land, I hope they can help me deliver justice to criminals, or death.
I am Matthias, of the House of Bathory, Knight Baron of Carpathia. With my traveling companion, Ambria, I was dragged into a whirlwind path by a rogue monk. But those I have met since then have earned my respect. And, more importantly, my trust.
Welcome to the Carpathian Adventure. Welcome, I'm Tom. Thank you for joining us. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are military, others are in construction, still others retail managers. A few are in IT, we're parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. There were quite a few thank yous in our open except one. We'd like to thank you, our Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter followers, as well as our YouTube subscribers. Thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch, please like on YouTube, and of course, please subscribe on YouTube. At last check, I checked yesterday, we were up to 443 subscribers on YouTube. Awesome. Nice. We appreciate every single one of you, and 467 followers on Facebook. If during the stream you follow on Twitch, or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen. To all of our subscribers, thank you. What is going on in the campaign? The party is building strength and perhaps gathering allies to defeat a powerful vampire named Bayuk Osman Ghazi. To do so, they are collecting parts to create a powerful magical weapon that, when properly used, should dispatch Ghazi. They acquired one part, the Heilige Lanza, or the lance head from the Spear of Destiny. They are now in search of at least two other parts, perhaps a staff and a power source. The party started the last session in the German town of Ludwigshafen on the western side of the Rhine, about halfway between the Benalu to the north and the Badenweiler to the south. Edric, last session, was nowhere to be seen. Simon, Balder, Kip, and Galela and Marius were in the midst of a battle with witches and assassins inside a mansion on a hill in town. The opponents attacked with spells and crossbow bolts, and the battle swung back and forth. Simon slowed some of the opponents, was attacked, misty-stepped into another room, blasted an assassin, and climbed up to the second floor via exterior balconies. Balder tore down an interior balcony, causing two opponents to tumble to the floor below. He took out one witch and also climbed to the second floor via the outside balconies. Kip shot the witches, healed Galela, played with his dead dog, and ran up the stairs. Marius pummeled one of the witches unconscious, killed a guard, and attacked another witch. In doing so, he took a lot of damage with each blow that struck home. When he killed the witch, she was stuck on his sword. Kicking her off, he followed Simon into another room, dispatched an assassin, and then ran upstairs. Galela slashed away at enemies with her battle, taking down some. Shoot away Balder's eyeball-scooping monkey, Georgie, and tied up the witch Marius had pummeled. Borinth started the session by a lake outside of town. Though he didn't know the whereabouts of the party, Borinth was intent on burning the witches and their house down. Eventually, he arrived at the mansion, had a bizarre encounter with Marius, climbed a back balcony, and entered the second floor of the house. Seeing the witch that Marius knocked unconscious and that Galela had tied up, Borinth bashed the bound woman on the head and told Galela, "Never trust witches." With almost everyone now on the second floor together, Kip opened a door, attacked an assassin, and found the lead witch and her entourage. Marius ran past Kip. Simon created a wall of fire around the opponents. The lead witch teleported out of the wall. Balder attacked her, damaged her, went unconscious from the cold that emanated from her body, and Kip healed him back up. Borinth attacked the witch, took lots of damage himself.
Marius struck the lead witch, did damage to her, and also fell unconscious from the cold that emanated from her body. Back up again, and Balder blasted the lead witch into oblivion. The two weaker witches remained. Simon made one of them laugh hysterically. Galela blasted that one with a chromatic orb, slashed her, and Borinth finished her off, and then the other one as well, killing the last. Kip stabilized Marius. Simon searched for treasure while the house was burning. Borinth torched the structure with alchemist fire and then left. It quickly went up in flames. Most followed suit in short order. Simon and Balder continued to search for trinkets and baubles. Delaying his departure, Balder was caught in the burning building and collapsed unconscious again. Borinth rescued him, and an irritated at Borinth, Simon flew out of the house. Oi. Ay, 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 ay. Ay.
You work together so well.
Yes, indeed. As the burning mansion blazed on the hill behind them, the party bought 2 kegs of ale and left, discussing Ghazi, paths, and their collective purpose. They made their way south. As the camera pulled back, Marius babbled, ale flowed, and the champions of the sun walked away from Ludwigshafen. We rejoined them, leaving the burning wreckage. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Hey, hey.
I mean, so really, you always burn a witch. You can't ever leave a witch alive.
You try not
this is
to
how it
burn
is.
the witch either while you're in the same house as her.
I mean, there could have been more witches.
I'm just saying that
Could have been other
sometimes the
magic in
witches can heal.
I mean, we never checked the
They aren't
basement.
all
You
evil.
You gotta burn all the witches.
There could have been more witches in the basement for you to kill.
They can heal, but they can also heal themselves.
They can.
In an environment where you are not likely to burn as well.
I mean, I wasn't in danger of burning.
I wasn't in danger of burning.
Yeah, so.
Just Balder.
What are we burning?
Well, we already burned the witches down.
Ah.
We burned the witches down.
Edric stumbles on top.
This is our conversation
onto
as
the
we're
party.
walking through. As we're walking.
As they walk away from Ludwigshafen, you are with the party.
Okay.
Leaving the burning wreckage, leaving many dead without eyes, and leaving a distraught old man missing his newfound love, black-armored love.
Forgot all about that.
In Ludwigshafen, the party ventured south down the old Roman road.
Sounds like a smut book. Black Armored Love.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tosclav.
Thanks.
Tuscaloosa.
Thanks for that. So I assume we can't go back to that town.
No, we're not going back to that.
I mean, we
Well-
could. It's not like we're not welcome in that town.
I mean, we probably shouldn't go back
Nobody
to that
found out he
town
was an elf yet.
or the
so
town
we're
before,
still welcome there.
or one before
I
that.
mean, we left a lot of people dead. It's best to just burn the evidence and just continue onward.
As we walk out, it's like population, 100,
Yeah, it goes-
75.
It was really just hooligans and witches.
Right. I mean, hooligans have parents
I
and
don't think there was any innocent
children.
I mean,
bystanders that were collateral damage this time.
They at least
I
attacked
mean-
them first.
we are negatively impacting the currency to the bars and the taverns and the places that the hooligans
Do
keep
you know
open.
how much money we spent
But I
there?
mean, but still, the local law enforcement is whether they're hooligans or not, they may not appreciate it. I mean, somebody's got to bury them all, so you just burn them. Problem solved. See? And the witches are gone. And the witches' magic stuff. is
Those
gone.
witches.
Those
there
witches.
are always
There's always
more witches.
Where? Where?
Could be anywhere.
And we'll kill those too.
I don't think all witches are bad.
Please explain your feelings about this.
They're not all bad.
How is that possible?
Because in my village there are mystics, which are very similar to witches. Shamans, druids, they all touch along the same lines. Some of them heal.
Witches.
Well, there's a gray line. It's a gray line.
I mean, he does cast a lot of magic. Very similar, if not identical, stuff to witches.
Are you a witch?
I don't know if you can burn an elf. don't know if they burn.
No, not him.
That was burn.
Oh, him? Oh,
Yes.
well, he's a wizard. It's different than a witch. Two totally different things.
Just because I don't have the hat doesn't.
Yeah, and he's not like a woman, and he's not old, and
Yeah.
has like crooked
Technically, there
fingers
can
and
be
stuff.
male witches.
Maybe we should get you a hat.
Wizard's hat.
We'll look into it.
Pointy one.
I'll talk to Galila.
All right. Well,
I would say the difference between a wizard and a witch is not necessarily their sex, but rather their intent. At least according to the Christians.
so are you a good witch or a bad witch?
That's a great line. And we're back.
Sometimes I
Damn
wonder
you,
why I
Kip
try.
Cannon, damn you.
The Roman road gave way to a dirt path. The remaining deciduous trees gave way to carnivorous trees. Deep, dark, but welcoming pines covered the rolling hills. Spring is in the air. The muted grays and cold of winter have given way to incredible sights and smells. The temperature in the sunlight is warm, but drops comfortably in the darkness cast by the thick wood. North of the Black Forest, the party entered the rolling hills of the Badenweiler. Following the dry path between tall pine, just after midday, you see a palisade wall and towers of a large village. The village you left many months ago. Badenweiler in the Badenweiler. Pressing on, you emerge from the wood in the clearing in front of the village. The sacrifice tower that you remember outside the palisade walls is gone. Outside the walls, though, are freshly dug graves. Repairs to the wall have begun and have progressed rather rapidly. A lone guard stands atop one of the adjacent towers, though the gates are open. Seeing you approach it, she smiles, waves, turns inside, and shouts something to those beyond. Some villagers stream forth, broad smiles on their faces. You recognize many of them from your fight here. You are outside the town.
I'm home.
Can you guys fill me in on what happened here? With the
So there was.
Sometimes we
You know the snow monster.
Remember Drusus? So Drusus
Yes.
that we defeated, he was sending his undead army here to all the villages in the area, and they were capturing people and taking them back and turning them undead and using them as part of his army. So
That would have happened to you too.
Oh,
This-
no, I was on the other side of it.
this here,
Came through the ice.
this is where I'm from, Kip. This is my home. This is my hometown.
I see.
And when we found ourselves here, we did everything we could to stop what was happening. Basically, they were taking people and choosing sacrifices to give to Drusus in exchange for not, I guess, randomly taking people or attacking the village.
It was a volunteer
I see.
program.
I see.
Yeah, but
Decisions.
yeah. So we vowed to end that, and the village took great damage in the process. You remember the large creature that attacked us? I don't know if you remember the big one. It was like a big, taller than the trees.
Oh, big swinging big
Yeah.
branch.
Wasn't here
Oh,
for that.
yeah, you weren't there for that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that so that attacked the village and did some great damage.
And do you still have family here?
These people are, I mean, in a sense, they're my family.
But direct kin.
None of my direct kin is with us anymore.
I see.
But this is my home. This is where I'm from.
Show us around.
Yeah. So I'm excited to be back home. And walk towards the gate.
Okay, you walk toward the gate. In the time that you have left, the villagers have been industriously making repairs. It appears as though the villagers are in the progress of partially disassembling what was the Wotan's Klaga Tavern with the intent of reconstructing it. You gather, just from the looks of it, that it's probably going to take some time. Do you walk into the gates?
Yeah.
As you walk into the gates, crowd rushes forward to you, shaking your hands, speaking to you. Those of you who speak in German, welcome back. Those of you who don't, they look cautiously at those who were not here before, Kip and Edric, you were here. Were you not here? They look cautiously at you, but they see you with what were the champions of the sun, and they shake your hands and pat you on the back, and they bring you in toward town and off toward one side, across from where the Wotan's Klaga Tavern stood. You see a large tent. Outside of it, you can see lumber stacked from the remains of the Wotan's Klaga. And outside of it, near the front entrance, near an entrance, you can see a large wooden door. And over the wooden door, part of the structure that was once the wooden door, the Wotan's Klaga Tavern. There is the sign that hung in front of the building now stands erect in front of the tent itself. Many are patting you on the back in the general direction of the tent, but it's your call where you go.
I'm gonna look around for Sigismund.
Yeah.
You don't see him readily right now.
Probably in the tent.
It's good to be home. Thank you, everyone, for greeting us.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
It's good to be home. It's good to be home.
We haven't been attacked since you left. We are grateful.
We suspected as much.
You won't be attacked again.
Is Sigismund
They
around?
reach up and they start patting you on the back and shaking your hand. He's here.
Okay, I'd like to see him. Can you?
Yeah, he's in the tent. I'm sure there's many who would like to buy you a drink as well.
Sure.
You walk toward the tent?
Yeah.
You walk into the tent. The beaten and battered remains of the finely carved Wotan's Klaga sign that previously hung in front of the tavern now hangs in front of the tent. Seeing you, other villagers kind of pat you on the back and enthusiastically wave as you come by, thrilled to see you, genuinely excited to see you. You enter the tent, Marius, entering the tent through the wooden doors. You note large barrels on either side of the entrance containing hundreds of pieces of memorabilia that once hung on the walls of the Wotan's Klaga structure. It appears as though they're trying to save them to when they do rebuild it, that they can put them all back up again. You also note that there are a surprising number of guests up, and the mood is exponentially more jovial than it was the last time you were here. You guys continue in. It's crowded and fairly busy, all things considered. Oops, wrong button.
It's good to see smiling faces, isn't it, Simon? Compared to the way it was before.
Finally, yes, feels very good.
So things that we do, they make differences.
That is why we walk the hard path, yes?
We're looking for Sigismund.
You don't see him immediately at the moment. The crowd, it's very, very crowded in here. There's small tables built on top of round barrels. The tent goes up fairly high to a large pitch. A huge beam made of a tree runs the length of it, and from it are hanging makeshift chandeliers of iron and wood with candles flickering, illuminating the room inside. It smells of beer and sweat and a thick stew. You walk inside, there's a surprising number of guests. The bartender that you recall, Katrine, is filling mugs from a large barrel. Seeing everyone, she smiles broadly at you guys, remembering you, and waves a hand ladle over some brew and splashes it all over the place, kind of beside herself. Seeing you, Borinth, She drops the mugs that she was filling, rugs forward, and tries to embrace you. Do you let her?
Yeah,
She runs forward and embraces you, and in Deutsch she says, we saw you get sucked up into the beast. We thought you were dead.
It's gonna take a lot more than that beast to keep me down.
She smiles. She leans her head into your chest. Awkwardly, she pulls away and sheepishly smiles at you. Somewhat less enthusiastically, Katrine goes around and hugs each and every one of you, thankfully remembering all of you.
Katrine,
Not
round of
recognizing you,
drinks.
but you're obviously with the party. And you're
I imagine it's one of those hugs where Kip's all like,
Katrine is not...
woman is broken me.
She's not,
Round of drinks.
she's not lifting 140 on the ACFT. She hugs 240. Maybe 240. Okay.
Kip's like
That's a woman
110
right there.
soaking wet.
That's a woman right there.
Balder is with you in spirit anyway,
Yeah.
as is Galea. She does an
back
about
at the
face and
basement.
heads back to the bar. She starts to turn and smiles at you, Borinth, kind of awkwardly,
Yeah.
and then continues on. The older
I'll
bar.
kind of give Borinth the elbow. Like,
Katrine.
She shouts across, yes.
We're gonna get drinks for my friends here. Have you seen Sigismund?
Yes, I'll get him for
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Or I'll get his attention for you anyway.
Okay.
She says in German. Albrecht, the other bartender that you recall, who was Katrine's assistant, the older gentleman, he grabs the mugs and brings them over for you all and plops them down on top of a large barrel. There's some smaller barrels around it that you can kind of squeeze in around if you want, around a table, and there's a couple candles melting away onto the table. And it's not very bright in here, but it casts enough light. He brings over a large pitcher and sets down some mugs. With a grin, he waves a finger at you and he says with a broad smile, in Deutsch, Venom dich, behave yourself. Looking at Simon, he gives you a big grin and he says, Geld ist noch?
two.
Zwei? Ja, das ist sehr gut. Yeah, and he tells you we'll be right back. And he goes off to get you some goldener's knot. Several villagers approach. Many are keen to shake your hands. 3 ladies seem particularly interested in obtaining the attention of some of the others who fought here many months ago. One comes up to you, Simon. Another sits next to Balder, and one approaches Marius and sits on his lap and throws an arm around your neck. Do you let her?
Forward, but Matthias won't stop her.
All 3 raise mugs to you. Seem a little bit too friendly, but friendly enough. One sits on your lap. Simon, she says. She whispers in German into your ear. I saw you cast those fireballs. That was really hot.
Literally.
Fräulein.
The one that sits on Balder's lap. Those of you who speak German overhear her say, she raps on his armor gently. Is everything about you this hard? The last one that sits on Marius's lap, rather boldly with her arm wrapped around your neck. She says to you, Du bist zu selber. Bist du jemals dreckig geworden?
Doesn't understand a word.
No, but considering at least one of those words, I think that I can get the gist.
Those of you who understand German, I think Simon, Borin,
Just Borin.
and
Just
Balder hear her say, You are so clean. Do you ever get dirty? And the party continues. Okay. And they bring you some drinks. Several people come by. You overhear a conversation off toward one side. while you're sitting there, those of you, it seems to be spoken in adventurer's cant. You overhear someone say, "Yes, I heard that the Baron stitches together humans from parts of the dead. They could be walking here among us. Everybody. Everyday people doing unnatural things. Oh, I was there after one of the great battles in the Mediterranean. So many died that day, but many more also lived at the very hands of the Baron, so don't knock him. I hear that he forever mourns the loss of the love of his life. He somehow plans to bring her back from the dead." And the conversations continue and echo throughout the room. You get up, go looking for Sigismund, or you don't see him readily around the room at the moment.
Did get a little beat up during the fight, I think.
He did.
Yeah.
I hope he's well. But it's good to be around all this happiness, and I feel like it's been so long. Enjoy, my friends, enjoy.
It's just hard to relax and enjoy after
I get it.
everything. It's been a long time since we've had something like this.
Yeah, but we're safe here. These people will be good to us. And will be short-lived, but it'll be good for us here.
Welcome home,
A
Borin.
moment of,
Thank you.
a moment of rest is just what we all need, I think.
Tap your mug, and I'll start finally loosening up a little and being a little more comfortable with the enthusiasm everybody has for our return, and like start mingling with the crowd. And
I'm going to start kind of wandering around looking for Sigismund now.
Okay, you
Not
start.
like, a little bit, just start looking around for him.
As you walk around, Kip will walk up to you though and say, something that struck me, Borinth, is the last town we were in, you were concerned about us veering off path from Ghazi and not helping villages with all their little problems. And I was curious if another party came to this village here, your home, and decided they needed help, but they had something else to do, more pressing, and just left it. Do you see the impact that you make on the villages that you pass through, that you help?
I do.
This is what you did for your own village. How many other villages have we visited that, even though we've done some things like killed witches and hooligans, maybe those villages are celebrating like this now because of what you've done?
It's absolutely possible. I think this is one of the few times where we've been able to circle back around and see what our impact is. It doesn't happen too often.
So even though there is a bigger issue at large, or many bigger issues at large, the little things matter. You should enjoy it.
I will.
I'll ask you about this Baron later. I'm gonna walk away.
I believe there is a saying. In every stone there are 10,000 grains of sand. Either that or it's the ale getting to my head. I'm not sure which.
That's deep, Marius.
It is strong
It's
ale.
deep.
Cheers, Marius.
Cheers.
All right, I'll leave you to walk away.
Yeah, I'm going to start wandering around.
You start wandering around looking for Sigismund. Albrecht brings over your 2 large mugs, and he also brings over to you 2 large, what look like pie squeegees.
Pie squeegees.
Like
the
funnels, that you would put.
I don't remember getting those last time.
Okay. He looks at you strange when he hands them to you, almost like you don't. And he says to you in Dutch, "You don't remember having golden knots?"
Oh, to put on top?
I don't think you want to do that. No. You look at the Goldener's knot.
Oh, I remember the outcome, yeah.
It's a large, thick brew with floating lumps of coal in it. He gave you this cone-shaped oilcloth bag that looks something like a piping bag. You take a sip.
Yeah.
You remember it's a bit chunky, and you initially note that it has this strong charcoal flavor. that's delicious, and then it suddenly becomes almost like a golden honey flavor.
Like riding a bike, Simon.
As you do, you feel your bowels kind of like turning, not uncomfortably, but
I remember now.
okay.
It's very good.
If you get up and walk away, Sigrid says to you, she says, I'm Sigrid, don't leave me alone.
We got time, Simon. We got time, Simon.
I wasn't planning on going anywhere. I have 2 beverages in front
There
of me.
you go. You get up and you walk around. Is anybody else walking around? Or Edric, what are you doing?
Sitting, drinking, and watching.
Sitting, drinking, enjoying. Marius, a young lady introduces herself to you. She says, Ich heiße Hulse. You gather she's saying, my name is...
Whatever you just said, I didn't hear it.
She sticks her finger in Zymon's drink, her muddy drink, and takes some and smears it on your on your arm.
On your sleeveys.
On my, I'm not wearing my armor at the moment.
Oh, okay. On your clothes, then. Okay. You go looking for the Baron. This sound of cats ringing bells in the background. You go looking for the Baron. Eventually, you find Sigismund in a corner, way far back in the tent. He's in the tent itself. The music is playing. He's in what looks to be almost like a wheelchair of sorts, a medieval wheelchair. His skin is pale and he looks somewhat dehydrated. He looks awful compared to what you recall him looking like. He looks up. He sees you. You're alone with him? Mm-hmm. Is anybody else with you?
Yeah, somebody comes with me.
No, I'm drinking. I'm drinking with my lady.
Welcome back,
Sigismund.
Boulder.
Borinth. We've traveled.
Welcome back.
We've traveled far way back here to see you. The least you could have done was come and join us for some drinks.
I'll come now if I can get someone.
No. I'm playing with you, Sigismund. How are you, sir? And I'll go to give him.
I'm good. I'm as fit as the fiddler playing in this room. I'm in the best of shape. Since I've not seen you though.
It's been some time.
Since we parted ways at the Teutonic Tavern, right?
Oh, Sigismund, I've seen you since then.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
The village looks wonderful. Everyone's doing some great work here.
Yes, they are. They're doing incredible work.
Are you still in charge?
Yes, you helped us fight off the beast, the
Yes.
wind.
Yes.
I do remember.
It'll no longer bother you.
Yes, and the village is happy once again, and the tavern is slowly coming back together. Yes, it is.
It's good to see. Thank you.
And you fare well? And what of your compatriots?
They are here very well. We've grown in number, in a sense. Some new travelers with us, some fine warriors, good people.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
They have a lot to do with us ending the threat of Drusus and the evil that was coming here. It's over. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm very glad to thank you so very much. He pulls coin, he struggles to get into his pocket and pulls some coins out and he puts them on the table. And it's like a mishmash of copper and silver and gold. And he said, let me buy you some drinks.
No. I don't need your money. I don't need any of your drinks. I have another favor to ask of you.
What?
Are you still in charge of the town? Are you still?
Yes.
Could you put together a gathering for me of all the villagers?
Of course.
place that I could address everyone and.
Yes, but you're back. Your compatriots
Yes,
are back.
we are back.
Today is a night for celebration, then.
I
A day
agree.
for celebration, a night for celebration. We'll do that. Come,
That
visit
sounds a
me.
great idea.
Visit me in my my house after some partying and celebrating, and then we'll talk too about
Sure.
whatever it is that you have on your mind.
Okay. And I'll help him if he's go. If he.
Yes.
If you need anything, Sigismund, what can I get you?
Oh,
How do I send you some of them
he has
fine
a-
ladies that are out there? How would I send some of them back here to come visit?
There's a
you?
couple elders, village elders, sitting there with him, and they smile and they're like, he doesn't look all that good at all.
Yeah.
He looks
I understand. What's
pretty
going
bad.
on,
The rest of you are back at your makeshift table on top of a large barrel with a wooden top. The candle is melting away on top of it. What are you doing? The day passes to afternoon of drinking. Geldner's knot starts to work its way through you.
Both of them that I had. Makes dancing a little tough, but you know.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna go around and say hi to people and.
They're all very
You know,
enthusiastic
yeah.
about seeing everyone. They cannot tell that you're an elf or anything. It's dark in here. The lights flicker from candles scattered about.
I got my eye on Katrine.
What? He's an elf.
That girl can live 240.
240. He's a wolf. Is it still like daytime? Like
It gets
late
turns to afternoon. The sun starts to set. It's getting toward evening. The crowd starts to thicken a little bit more from those who've been out working through the day. And it turns into a raucous evening of drinking and just craziness around the room. People dancing in the small spaces.
Let's get crazy.
I do a couple of these across the bar. You guys.
Some people are playing a game over in the corner. It seemed to be, what are they doing there?
I knew I should have taken mass suggestion.
Mass suggestion.
There's some folks playing a dice game over in a corner. You're rolling a whole bunch of dice into a large bowl. There's people drinking and dancing. And if you just continue drinking, the nice night passes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drink and dance with the lady by my side.
Okay. And she gets very, very friendly with you. She enjoys the time dancing with you. And she whispers to you in German, I hope you can show me something else that's just as hot. She talks to you.
I can arrange that.
The women of the Baden-Württemberg are very straightforward and very forward. They take what they want. They're strong women.
Okay. She can have it.
Yeah.
Evidently.
There you go.
Marius, the one with you, reaches down on the barroom floor and she smears some dirt on your clothes and she says in German, she says, now you are dirty.
Scheiße.
Let's go get you
The
clean.
camera fainted.
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
Podcast rolls his eyes, but good-naturedly stands and says and gestures that they're going to go for a walk.
Okay. She gets up with you, Hoocha gets up with you, and ventures out of the large tent into the night. Then it fades to black.
I want to slip this into one of your
Edric
drinks.
will look over at Kip.
I have one. I don't think it's necessary though.
So bad.
I think I'm gonna try my hand at some dice.
Okay, you walk over and you see some folks playing some dice there. One of them turns to you and tries to describe in Deutsch the game. Somebody else leans in adventurer's Kent and says to you it's called Piss. He says, you want to play?
What are the rules?
Okay. You throw your dice simultaneously into a bowl. You don't drop them in. If a die falls out of the bowl, it's called piss and results in an automatic loss. If a player must then pay the full amount of the pot wagered. The aim of the game is to get 2 dice to land on the same number. The remaining number will be the player's score. The score is compared to the score of the other players, and the highest number wins. Simple enough?
Simple enough.
Okay. I need a bowl. There we go. There's our bowl. And you have to drop your dice into the bowl.
Uh-oh, he's unhooking.
Uh-oh.
He's unhooking his ear pieces.
And what dice are we using?
Okay, you use
so
a
loud,
D6.
How many?
You used 3 die. And we both drop them into the bowl simultaneously. Oh, one of my die fell out. So at that point, and did any of your dice roll the same number?
Yep, I got 2 5s.
2 5s. The goal is to get 2 dice to land on the same number. The remaining number will be that player's score.
You did also.
You got 3 of the same.
Yeah, but one,
but one fell out. So the score is compared to the score of the other player. And so what is your highest number? A 2.
The 2 is the
The
one.
2. So you're a 2. He reaches up and gives you 2 gold. He goes, how much do you want to wager now? That you understand the rules.
5 gold apiece.
5 gold. Okay.
I'll leave that out.
Yeah.
If a player gets 3 of the same number in the bowl, they automatically win the game and win thrice the amount of the pot originally wagered. This is called pissing with the wind.
Nice.
However, if the player gets 3 ones, they will automatically lose and must pay triple the amount to the pot wagered to the opponent. This is called pissing into the wind.
Oh, you got 2 6s.
But I got no doubles.
Okay, so do you want to increase? I'll increase the pot by another 5 gold.
I match.
Okay, so it's up to 20 gold at this point. And he rolls away.
I had 2 5s in there and 6.
You had 2 6s.
Nothing happens at that point. Do you want to increase the pot again?
Let's go to 15.
15, so there's 30 gold in there now.
Bigger pop.
We need a bigger bowl. And it goes, he throws in another 5 gold. It's up to...
I match.
It's up to 40 gold. He waited. This is on his dice.
No.
He rubs them on in his groin. Yes! But he didn't get any doubles. He puts in another 5 gold.
Maybe go with the bigger pot.
I'll match.
Bigger bowl?
A
5.
bigger bowl.
Yeah.
And the pot is now up to 50 gold. No, nothing for him.
But they're all in.
He throws in another 5 gold.
Oh, yeah.
It's up to
60.
60 gold.
2 5s.
And he won. He reaches up and he grabs all the gold and he
that's
pulls
my
the gold toward himself. He pulls the gold toward himself. What are the rest of you doing while this is going on? Anything? You're continuing to enjoy your company of your friend. Marius disappears into the darkness, fades to black. What is Kip doing, if anything?
He'll be in the corner with people surrounding him, even though they probably don't understand it. He'll be like, and there we were, Borinth, coming out of nowhere, burning the house down, and the witches were like,
That's amazing.
You see Sigismund wheeled out by some of his subalterns. It looks like they're taking him to his home at this point. Do you follow?
Yeah, I'll follow.
You follow him. Okay, you follow him out.
Sigismund, mind if I take a stroll with you to your home?
No, please, Boulder, do. Borinth, please, Borinth, do. They're listening ravenously to your story, Kip. They're all leaning in. Several push drinks in front of you and are fascinated by your tale. And so you're telling them of the...
Yeah, they're probably more engaged in my enactment of it than what I'm saying. It's like, the whole C-3PO thing with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Borinth was like, right? And the witches were, they're burning. And then Balder walked in. We must go to the basement. And Borinth was like, no. And then Borinth was like,
and then pew 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 pew.
Good stuff. Lucas Holo. Marius, there's an inspiration chip on top of your weapons there. Okay.
C-3PO. Kip 3PO.
Kip 3PO. Ryan says he wants to make a custom tray for the pissing into the wind game.
Yes.
Okay. Please,
Two dice towers.
Do.
Two dice towers.
And then meet in the middle in a bowl.
With the crossing streams.
Yes.
Ryan, please do. Please do.
Amazing.
Please do. You are missed. You are missed. And Ryan at home, I forget her name. She leans. Nein, she's nicht Frau Blucher. The one who rapped on your armor and said, "Is everything hard? This hard about you?" Or something to that effect. What was her name? She introduces herself as Loti. As she said, "Is everything about you this hard?" Anyway, Borinth ventures out of the tavern following some of his subalterns and toward Sigismund's house, and you go there and so forth. It's dark outside now. You can hear the birds and the noise, and it's just pleasant being back in the Badenweiler. It's warm, it's comfortable. The sky is gorgeous with the deep black and blue and purple sky with the stars sparkling above. And you can see Sigismund going off toward his home, and several subalterns of the other town guard are with him, and they escort him in and they help him inside, and he's clearly in incredibly bad shape at this point. And you venture in, and you're there inside of his house with Sigismund.
It's been a very long time since I remember this place so pleasant. Very long time. And I appreciate it greatly, more so than ever. My friend, what do you need from me?
Borinth. I didn't want to say anything in the tavern to you. In the candlelight in his home, it suddenly strikes you how much paler and weaker Sigismund looks than you recall. Perhaps just noticing for the first time, you see the creases in his face. An aged face, battle-worn, but the face of an old man. He said, "Borinth, thank you for coming to see me. It's been a long time since battling the French, the Mamelukes in Italy. A long time since it's been a long time since we fought at Arca, didn't we?
Yeah.
We fought. Yes. We fought at Arca together. That was a long time ago. I returned from Anatolia to lead these people, our people, your people, my people. I may seem out of it at times. But I know what I did. I made choices, Borinth, perhaps not always the best ones, but I made them nonetheless. But you wanted to talk to me. What did you?
I want you to know that I know you've made choices, but everything you've done has led this place to be what it is today, what it is now. And it's not just going to stop there. What you've done here will continue to grow. What we've done together here will continue to grow and become a great place again.
Yes, of course it will.
And I'm proud to have fought by you all those years. All our battles. You've slain many an evil enemy. And you should be proud of that. And I thank you. I want to thank you.
You were, angry with me when I didn't stand up for my people. You had every right to be.
It's tough love, Sigismund. Sometimes we gotta be hard on each other. Bring out the best in each other.
I know, but I also sent many to their deaths. A death they did not deserve. You were right. I told myself. I was thinking of the greater good. But those were people. People with families. With hopes. With dreams. You and your party. You opened my eyes, but I think too late for so many. I don't think I can seek redemption as I depart this world. I merely hope that Wotan will see that I fought well. And I fought for what I thought was right, even if in the end it wasn't. I don't think I'm wrong for this world, Borin. If you haven't guessed. They're going to need your help to help the village find another leader. I know that's a tall task to ask. Perhaps you can organize a vote or something amongst them. I don't know what.
I promise that the good you've done here will continue onward. I make that promise to you. And the role you played was an important role. You will be judged favorably.
Thank you.
Woden knows all. And I happen to be pretty close with them, so I'll put in a good word for you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the light. The light around me grows dark. My time here is very quickly coming to an end.
Where's your sword, my friend?
It is here, by my side. Yes. If you would, hand it to me.
I'll take it and bring it over to him.
Thank you. Do quickly.
I shall see you soon, my friend.
Yes, we shall.
There's many happy people out there because of the change that you decided to make. You made that choice, and that's the choice that mattered. You decided to turn it around.
Yes, Borin.
You went out there, you faced us. You faced them right beside me. And we took them down.
Thank you. It means a lot. I need to rest.
Rest, my friend.
Rest.
And I'll see you soon.
You will.
I'll give him a pat on his chest with his sword. I'll see you soon, my friend. And I'll leave.
As you walk out, you see several others sitting around him, and he seems to rest. You are watching the Carpathian Adventure. We're going to take a break so I can clean my mouth out. We'll be right back.
Wow.
My name is Jumnus Dawnflower. I used to be a merchant sailor until I was shipwrecked on a strange island and killed in a sacrificial blood ritual. In the moment between life and death, an otherworldly goddess of light came to me, offering me a second chance at life if I swore to enact her will upon the world. Now I travel with the champions of the sun, looking to right wrongs, vanquish evil, and earn the new life I've been given.
Aha! Hello, friends! You can call me Louvier Moreau. I come from the beautiful country of France, of course! Traveling as a salesman, banished from my home, where by the hand of my twisted sister, my father was killed, and I was implicated. Mon Dieu, how low I've come. But in that low I found the champions of the sun. Although they may not smell like sweet wine, they are honorable. Mostly.
My name is Virexin. I am a monk who was exiled into Greece after fleeing my homeland. I was sent on a quest via a dream I received. I went in search of great heroes I saw in the dream to help stop some monstrosity from wreaking havoc across the world. I found those heroes in the champions of the sun. Now I strive to gain their trust so they can one day help me defeat the vile beast that threatens everything.
I'm Aldrich, and while I grew up an urchin in the narrow confines of Venice, I never seemed to fit in there. Except for this music box, my past is hidden to me. Now north of the Alps, I feel I'm closer to home, wherever that might be. Near the Untersberg mountain, I discovered these intrepid adventurers. Though they're blazing a dangerous path, perhaps they might help me discover who I really am.
I am Mikolash, a monk from Romania, and sometimes too curious for my own good. My scars tell only part of the tale. Having witnessed cannibalism in my village, as a child, I fled, never to return. On my own, I stole from others to survive. A monk caught me and offered me a better way, but I abused their kindness. Now I walk alongside the champions of the sun. Will they be my own undoing? Or have I finally found the path I was meant for?
Welcome back. You are watching the Carpathian Adventure on 7-Sided Die, and we rejoin the party in the village of the Badenweiler in the Badenweiler. Borinth, you just walk outside of the inn, or rather out of Sigismund's home. Where are you going?
Just gonna walk around the city for a little bit. Look at the state of the village, the state of the construction that's going on, and just kind of take a long walk around the wall. Around the inside of the wall, just eventually work my way back to wherever we're going to be staying. I guess at the tavern or somewhere in those, wherever we all kind of end up.
You walk around, and clearly, as you walk around the village, you see that construction is going on, but it almost looks like in a very disorganized fashion. Mm-hmm. Like everybody's kind of like focused here and focused there and focused over there, and it's just kind of a mishmash of chaos going on. The guard, she looks down from you at one of the towers that you saw her earlier, and she just kind of waves and smiles at you as you walk around. Everyone seems in reasonably high spirits. Mm-hmm. They just don't seem focused.
Right. Okay.
Edric, you continue to gamble. Roll a d6, or actually roll a d10.
D10?
Yeah, sure. Beat my number.
5.
5. You win 40 gold.
Sweet. Got my money back.
Your stories regale them. They're fascinated. You find there's a little entourage standing around you. And although they don't understand everything that you're saying, that your pantomime and what you're acting out in almost who was the quiet guy and the French guy?
Quiet French guy.
No, he's black and white. I'm dating myself. Anyway, he always wore black and white, and he didn't talk.
Charlie Chaplin.
No? But close enough. Charlie, yeah, he wasn't mine. But Charlie, close enough. Your Charlie Chaplin-esque totally entertains them, and they are fascinated by it. You loving young lady in you, unless you object, eventually she drags you off into the darkness.
I'll allow myself to enjoy
Marius
the of a woman for a night.
Ventures off into the darkness, as does Balder, and has a raucous evening of getting dirty.
As it gets later and people maybe start to wind away, I'll go and find. I'll separate myself from storytelling and go sit by a fire and pull out a little piece of wood, as Kip does occasionally, and just start whittling away at it. I'm just gonna do some woodworking.
Okay.
Trying to make.
You don't find a large fire in the tent, but you find an area where there's a cluster of candles wedged on top of a table. It almost looks picturesque with multiple candles standing there burning, and it casts enough light that it could almost be a fire.
Sure.
And it just looks comfortable and inviting there. Some people give you your space, but a couple others come over and just kind of watch what you're doing. Not intrusively,
Sure.
but curious as to what some stranger from out of town would come here and carve.
Yeah.
As I get back to the tavern, gonna keep look out for Simon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come up by Kip and just kind of give him a pat on the shoulder. And I'm just gonna just silently sit next to him. But I'm looking for Simon as well.
You find Simon. Simon comes back in to grab another couple drinks that his friend asked him to get.
Out of my...
You're back.
Yeah, I'm going to take out it's a big raven feather. And could you spend a little time with this? It was left for me by someone who was there and then was no longer there. I think it was left for me as a gift to tell me something. There's something about it. If you can just, do what you do, spend a little time with it, and let me know what your thoughts.
Tomorrow?
Sure. As soon as you can, though.
I gotta go. I have to go.
Yeah, go.
I have to go.
Yeah.
head back out the door. I'll
Okay.
kind of stop at the door and look back at everybody that's still in there. Just kind of smile and head on out.
Kip, tell me what you see here. What you may see that the rest of us may not.
I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll look around, and I see what the rest of the world longs to have, but most don't. A rebirth of sorts. I see peace, happiness.
A rebirth. That's interesting. Okay. Anything else that only your eyes will see?
I look around, and are there any spirits or undead that Kip might be able to locate?
Roll an investigation check with advantage.
18.
You glance around the room, and it's getting late at this point. And you see several people there drinking alone. And behind some of them, you see some apparitions. Almost as if one reaches up and tries to warmly embrace the person sitting there.
Hi. And, it seems that peace is, birthed out of sorrow. But even those that I see that you do not, they seem at ease. They seem loving and maybe longing, but peace might be here for them soon. Rest.
I think on this evening there'll be one more.
And I'll look at you. Your friend?
I think so.
I'm sorry.
So am I. But this is the way. This is the way of the warrior. This is how we live.
Aye, with all rebirth must start with the death.
Yeah. Thank you, my friend. Give him a pat on the shoulder. Just gonna kind of slouch in my seat a little and just kind of close my eyes and just.
Like Koa will nestle up against your feet, like eating eating a bone.
Yeah.
Okay. If nothing else, you find a quiet place to meditate, your equivalent of sleep. The rest of you know, except Edric, you quickly figure out that the common area, much like the Wotan's Klaga tavern, is pretty much where everyone sleeps. There are no rooms per se. People find a space, but it's warm, it's comfortable, it's inviting, and it seems normal. It doesn't seem out of place for those that are here.
Yeah.
And you find a place to sleep.
Yeah.
Those of you who are in here, Marius, Balder, if Balder, I'm assuming, and Simon find some other place to sleep. And the night passes uneventfully. If you want to have done so and need to have done so, you completed a short rest. Early in the morning, as you already surmised, somebody comes up to you and shakes you and says, Sigismund has passed.
I figured as much. Were all the arrangements being made?
To the extent practicable, yes. I mean, I think everyone knew, but you know, but you don't know. If that, we'll probably start to build a large bonfire for him today. A large,
of course.
Yes.
Okay.
You're welcome, and your compatriots are as well. We would appreciate it if you would help. You did so much for the town, although you're not. I mean, I know it's your home, but we would appreciate it if you would help bring his body to the,
of course,
pyre when the time is right tonight.
Absolutely, yes.
Very well. He ventures off. The next morning comes around. The rest of you wake. What are you doing?
I'll wait for everyone to kind of be around in the common area. Just kind of gather you guys together. Sigismund passed over the night. There's going to be a service, and I'd appreciate if my friends would help me bring his body out this evening.
You need not to ask of such a thing.
Of course.
He's a good man. And this place depended on him. So we're gonna give him a warrior's goodbye.
Is that a ship out to sea or a pyre?
A pyre.
Pyre.
This evening.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all.
Should we start collecting some wood?
I think those arrangements are being made. You know, I think they're just gonna need.
Maybe we can help around town a little.
Sure. Yeah.
Can do
I think that's a great idea.
Can help them repair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see them bringing large logs out to where the sacrifice tower once stood. Those of you who were here recall that the large tower stood out in front of the village. They're bringing large logs and kindling and then smaller material for underneath it. And they build it up several feet high and probably about 4 feet, 5 feet high, probably about 6 feet wide and about 10 feet long. And it looks almost like an altar as it's slowly coming together throughout the day. And then up atop it, somebody lays out boughs of green pine boughs. And then across that, they lay a large, looks like a woolen blanket of sorts across the entire thing slowly. And that seems to be taking the better part of the day. You pitch in where you want to or not?
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
These, obviously, the logs they're moving require some burly help to the extent possible.
Kip's gonna carry the kindling.
or perhaps some telekinesis or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
They're very, very large, like moving trees almost, pieces of them. Do you guys do anything else throughout the day?
I'm a nobleman. I'm good at directing.
Okay. Okay.
Edric will end up finding Borin, and in yours and his faith, I assume you share. Do you usually have a feast as well?
I mean, a feast would be great, but you know, these people don't have much right now.
Understood. Let's go hunting.
We can hunt.
Good idea.
So,
yeah, I'll go hunting.
Yeah, sure. Kip and I will head out into the forest and try to find the biggest stag we can find.
You venture out
Track
into
that
the
down.
forest. Both of you roll an investigation check. You venture out. It is thick, dark pines.
Worst ranger ever.
I want to see what he can do.
Investigation?
We'll let him go first.
That would be a 7.
A 7.
Survival or something? Yeah, both of us have good survival.
Okay, roll survival. I'm sorry, I should have probably. That's a better choice.
17.
17.
It's an 11.
You venture out into the woods. I mean, it is these deep, dark, rolling hills with thick pines, probably 1.5 feet, 2 foot around. Low dead branches, but high, thick boughs of green, just creating this darkness with the light that penetrates it like rays of sunlight coming through. The ground is lush with ferns. Where there's no ferns, it's just covered with pine needles. You take your time. Edric says to you, "There's one over there," and it darts away.
I think that was a rabbit.
And there you see Kip sees a large stag come into view. It's huge. It's got a massive set of antlers, probably 8-10 points on it. Very mature. It stands down, it takes a bite.
So these are those moments where I'm torn. Is this the one where we should let it go? Or the ones where we'll be regaled as master hunters? Okay.
Clearly you're not a hunter, Mark.
I'm a Beastmaster Ranger.
This majestic creature of nature.
Yeah.
I'll kill it.
Yeah, no.
Both of you very, very quietly draw your bows and pull it back. Give me both of you a stealth check with advantage as you've been hunkering down, waiting in the woods for this moment.
Right.
The ray of light penetrating through it strikes the stag, illuminating a spot.
25.
A 25. Kip is so silent you don't even hear him pull the arrow from his quiver and yank it back.
Oh my god, this guy over here is
Can
doing
I come
duck
out of the woods
calls.
all of a sudden and throw an axe and hit it? Can I do that? Can I all of a sudden just show up?
You guys are
and
22.
tackle it?
A 22.
Like a
Both
bear?
of you. Edric starts to slip, and then he catches himself. Kip looks over at him.
Come on.
Edric,
I'm good. Come on. I'm good.
And then he starts to slip again.
You hit like always like, oh.
You turn, and you see Borinth behind you with an axe. And both of you let loose your arrows immediately.
Like Last of the Mohicans. There he goes.
Roll the hit.
Roll this one. You roll like crap.
What am I doing?
Yeah, no.
Oh, 18, 20,
There
31.
you go.
31. The arrow goes
18.
Straight to the heart.
Yeah.
straight through the heart. The stag pauses for a moment. Its head bobs. Its front legs go weak. Fold forward, and it collapses.
My Kohar is already bolted to try to retrieve it in case.
Borinth is standing
took
there
off.
with his axe in hand.
At least it was your idea.
Today's just not my day.
Just had to practice.
Yeah, I'll when I get to it, I will rest my hand on its chest and I'll say thank
Cure
you.
wounds?
Yeah, cure wounds.
Just so you can kill it again.
I'll just say
Cure wounds, 1 hit point. He goes.
It'll just be a little thank you for its sacrifice.
I also send a prayer
And
of my own.
then I'll turn to Borinth and be like, you're gonna carry that back.
I start cleaning it.
It's huge.
Start cleaning it.
I clean it out first before he throws it over his shoulders.
As Borinth is carrying it over his shoulders, Edric is behind him going like this. Stop!
Blood dripping everywhere.
Holding still. You don't even notice it. There's like goo dropping.
You're losing all the good stuff.
If you want to eat intestine, by all means, it's all yours.
The soft breads are the best
Buttholes
part.
over there.
Nothing gets.
That's how I make sausage.
That's how we make sausage. Yeah.
The soft bread.
Yeah.
You venture back into town. Several come over and help you unload it, looking at it. Very, very surprised. I mean, it is huge. A huge stag. It's going to feed a lot of people.
There you go.
Where's nearest fire? I'll start cooking.
Some direct you toward the kitchen area behind. It's not a kitchen, but as much as an outside, almost like a barbecue area behind the Wotansklaga tent. They direct you over there, and you can see it has all of the regalia to prepare food. And
Yeah,
what have
anything
you.
that's not there, I have my own. So
Okay. Several come over and start helping you out, dressing it, cleaning it, dressing it, and that takes you a while. I mean, it's a big animal. The day passes uneventfully unless there's something you want to do.
While they were gone, at some point I would have taken out the raven feather.
Okay.
Taken out the pearl and started the ritual and held it up. Try to focus and see if I can tell anything about this ridiculous bird feather Borinth handed me.
You focus on the bird feather and your mind goes to a blank and everything just kind of focuses in this swirl of wind and you seem to be passing through a tunnel and the feather is just out in front of you. You continue through this swirling mass of clouds through a sky of blue and purple as the clouds spin around it. And the feather just seems slightly out of your reach as you continue to follow it. And then you emerge from this tunnel of clouds in a region of steep, tall cliffs with green pastures on top of the cliffs and crags. You're coming in across the water toward these cliffs and you can see boats in the water, longboats. Long boats with many oars on either side of them and a large raised prow, a bow, and then a large raised stern. And you continue following the feather and you pass through across the cliffs and across the green pastures, and you up ahead it grows misty and then starts to clear again, and then beyond you see almost what looks like a Greek columned building of some sort. And as the feather continues toward it, you get closer and closer toward this structure, and it just seems out of place and distant and just not real at the same time. The feather continues to float, and it comes to rest on a set of stairs at the base of this large columned building with this pyramid top. And there, sitting on where the feather comes to a rest, there sitting next to it are two black ravens. And one of them just comes forward and nudges the feather back in your direction. And it starts coming back toward you, and everything recedes in the same way you approached it. And you realize that somehow this
It's not for me.
allows someone to travel with it. But no, not yourself.
No.
Someone could travel with this to some place if they were needed at a certain time.
Okay.
And then you exit this tunnel and you come to, and you're sitting there holding this feather.
Where does he find these things? Put it back in my pocket and go to find Borin.
Okay. It's late afternoon. You find Borinth. The stag is prepared. They're making food. Somebody turns to you in very broken English and says to you, "We'll eat after the funeral. Is that all right?" It's gonna take a while to cook anyway. There's a lot of meat here.
There's no way to talk about the dead.
Various hawk roasts, backstories,
ribs, crickets.
Borinth, I had a look at your feather.
What are your thoughts?
It is most assuredly yours. It is a key to go somewhere. I am not sure, huh?
Okay.
Part of me thinks it's maybe a way for you to contact Woden in great time of need. It brought me to a place I was unfamiliar with. Cliffs and rolling green meadows. Ravens. Longboats.
I thought so.
Large building.
Okay. Thank you. This helps.
It would not let me any further. I'm surprised it let me as far as it did. I would hold it close to you.
I will. I plan to.
It may provide even more than just a journey somewhere. Keep it
Very good. Thank you.
Keep it very close.
Yeah.
It is a gift.
I believe that's what its purpose was. I believe it was a gift. I had to kick my own ass to get that thing. I had no idea. Yeah. There's much to there's much to fill you guys in.
I look forward to hearing that story tonight while we have some venison.
Yeah.
Now let's put our friend to rest.
Yes. I got to get myself cleaned up in my finest of barbarian wear of the fashion of the day. Which just means I
You change your loincloth?
I put something to cover up. Put a big.
You go
long
take it off the
over.
dead stag.
Yeah.
It's not cured yet, but here you go.
I will, of course, put on my fine blue clothes and my cloak and everything else, dressed to the nines for the event.
And I'll just tell everyone to meet me at Sigismund's house for us to.
That is where they're preparing the body?
I believe so, right? I mean, that's what you said.
You suspect they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The rest of the afternoon, unless there's anything else you do, passes uneventfully. The sun starts to go down. It very quickly enters that gray period between sunset and end of evening nautical twilight, or when it turns dark. The sky is still brilliant blue with that orange hue to it as the sun continues to descend, and it gives it just absolutely gorgeous ultramarine blue and orange to the sky before it turns to blackness and stars. It's warm, it's comfortable. Stoically, quietly, the villagers all seem to move in a motion that seems somewhat like a well-rehearsed dance almost. They had gathered, felled trees, and built a huge altar. And by the time they're done, the altar in front of the village looks almost like a large, comfortable bed of sorts. With the sunset, the village guardsmen approach Sigismund's house. They bring those of you, they motion to you as if, will you help? And speak in German. For those of you who don't speak German, it's clear what they're asking you to do is to help carry his body. You walk into his home. It's adorned with boughs of fir and candles burning, almost as if the villagers have been paying homage to him, preparing him for his next journey. He's on a platform at this point. He's adorned in his chain armor, his helmet, and he has a Templar's tabard on him, a white tabard with a large red cross. His hands come together at his chest, and there he clutches his sword, the sword you put back in his hand, which extends all the way to his feet.
Well, never mind.
Well, that's true.
Where his feet would be.
Where his feet would be.
Yeah.
They extend to his
boots.
Thighs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though old and without legs, he looks like a regal warrior. He has a coin on each of his eyes.
You ready for the big walk, my friend?
I'll place my hand upon the cross on the tabard.
I never actually thought he'd die. It just felt impossible, you know?
Yeah, he was so strong. Months ago.
Well, I was thinking stubborn. But strong too, yes.
No. Well, shall we?
Let's do it.
The village guardsmen motion to you to take up the sides of the platform and raise him up. You do?
Yeah. Yeah.
The guardsmen form up in 2 columns in front of the platform, turning back to ensure that you're ready. They slowly march out of the building to what is now a spectacular clear sky. In that short time that you were in there, you suddenly feel the cold of being back outside strike you, and it's comfortable. It's not winter cold, but it's definitely the cold of the Badenweiler night when the sun sets in the hills. As you march from slowly carrying the platform and the soldiers, the guards in front of you march toward the village gates, you can see the glow beyond you. The glow is huge, and it occurs to you that I hope they're not going to ask us to put them on a burning pyre. You realize that that's not the case, but it's a huge glow, whatever is glowing beyond. You march slowly through the village gates. Exiting beyond, you're struck by the huge gathering of people. Probably more than were in the village. And they're all circled around the platform in a large gathering, completely encircling it. And all of them have torches raised. And they're all chanting what sounds like an ancient farewell to a warrior. You see in front of you the large altar. Making your way toward the large bow-covered platform, the guardsmen guide you toward a low set of stairs and motion for you to continue up the stairs. You do so, and it's kind of awkward, but you somehow manage to get the platform on top of the altar and slowly turn it lengthwise. You step away from it. The guardsmen motion for you to step away. The chanting grows louder, and like a pinwheel, the villagers slowly spiral toward the altar. As they reach it, they each respectfully lower their torch to the base of the altar, lighting fire to it, leaving their torch, and slowly back away to the perimeter. Very, very quickly, the altar is ablaze in the night sky. The flames lick up into the inky blackness, punctuated by a few stars that penetrate the flames. As the villagers continue to circle round and all place their torches by the fire, by the pyre, and then they drift into the village. Within a few moments, you find yourselves alone. Just the party, standing by the pyre.
We all don't get a chance to have this sort of a farewell. I think he would have liked it.
Tom, do I see him?
I think so.
Do you see who?
Sigurd. Sigismund.
Sigismund.
Do you see... roll me an investigation check.
12.
You think you see an apparition slowly stand from the fire.
Standing.
And it seems to walk down the steps, but it's not clearly discernible.
Yeah.
And then it just walks straight into the woods.
Yeah. So I'll just look over at Borinth and just nod to him.
It's done then. I have one more thing I must do. I'm gonna start walking back towards the village.
Okay.
Into the city, into the gates. Gonna try to find, like, I guess what would be like the center square kind of area?
Yeah. You very easily find an area. It's right outside the Wotensklaga.
Okay.
There's, by this point, you notice that they've set up a large number of tables with some additional barrels and chairs and stools have come out. The tables are adorned with bows of boughs of ferns and candles and candelabras to the extent that they have such a thing in this part of the world. And the stag that you helped prepare is now being served, and people are enjoying it. And it's a festive environment, not raucous by any stretch of the imagination, but people are talking and enjoying, and it's almost like people that they haven't seen in a long time have come for this event. Clearly, a lot of people knew Sigismund.
Yeah. I'm gonna find my way towards the center, and I'm just gonna kind of call attention.
Okay.
People, I'd like to say a few words. If you can all gather around, please.
People, many people gather around very, very quickly, hearing you and recognizing you from when you fought here.
Sigismund was a great warrior. He brought me home to this place, to the Borinth, my home. He made some difficult choices, but it was all for the greater good for this village and for all of you people. And I'm proud to have fought beside him. I'm proud to have called him my friend. There's been many tales told, but I wanted to clear some of the air here. I have to cheat. Sorry. Just because there's stuff in here I'm not gonna be able to say. Lauter von Badenweiler, people of the Badenweiler, the champions of the sun, my friends here, we defeated a great evil. The evil that has held you captive as prisoners here. They robbed you of your loved ones and kept you in the darkness behind these walls. And he has been defeated. Drusus is no more. We have struck him down and sent him to the afterlife. And his hands remain as a token of your great sacrifice, as a monument to your strength and resilience as a people, and as a symbol of your strength and the strength of good against evil. There is much to do here, much to rebuild, and much to remember the old ways and of the ways of the new. And I'm gonna hold up the Drusus's hands.
The crowd just sees Drusus's hands, and you could tell that obviously they understand what you're talking about. They can't imagine what Drusus is or was, but.
And I'm going to continue on. Lauter von Badenweiler, ich bin bei euch. People of the Badenweiler, I am here with you. My champions, this is my home. Borin has shown me I am more than my rage alone. I am more than a savage warrior. I have found I can be more than that. I can be a leader. I could be a man of tradition. I can be a friend. I can be a father. My time here is not written, and my story will continue on. But my place is here in the Badenweiler. It is time to rebuild my home and share all I have learned from far-off lands and all I have learned from the old ways and the ways of the new. Lauter von Badenweiler, we will tear down these walls and no longer live in fear. We will train to fight, we will train to learn, and we will train
to be good people of light in these dark times. I ask you to join me in rebuilding our home to the glory it once was, and to the glory of the Badenweiler. Together, we will not just rebuild our city, we will rebuild our culture. We will embrace our barbarian traditions. We will practice our druidic arts, and we will have faith in the gods we choose. Our children and their children after them will know of the sacrifices you made and endured. They will know where their strength comes from because of the groundwork that we all laid here today. Louter van Badenweiler, ich bin euer bei euch. I am with you. Are you with me? And again, I'll hold up the
crowd. Yeah. To the extent that a crowd in the woods can be enthusiastic, is very enthusiastic. They seem to be clapping. Some are coming up and patting you and bringing up drinks.
Yeah, I'll step down. I'll step in and I'll just start shaking your hands. And
people are coming up and patting you on the back.
Yeah.
The rest of the party heard what you heard.
So that's what he meant.
After things start to kind of calm down a little, I'll kind of motion over for everyone to kind of gather up. And I'll take some ales and put them forward and just be like, Sigismund.
Sigismund.
Champions, I haven't been entirely honest with you this whole
Evidently not.
It goes further than this. When I first came to meeting the Champions of the Sun, some of you were there. Marius, you were there. Balder, you were there. It wasn't so much a coincidence as it may have appeared to be. When I left this place here, similar to the way we found it, it was in shambles. It was a defeated village, and I sought out to right the wrongs that were done to my home village and to my family. And I was young, and I was taken prisoner, and I was forced into a life of fighting to survive, fighting while I was in my captivity. While I was there in captivity, with many others, I met death, and death decided who lived another day and who died. And I made a deal with that death. And the deal that I made was that I would find the Champions of the Sun and bring back proof of a greater evil. So it is no coincidence that we sought after finding these vampires. They may have had a part in that, slightly. I call him Death because that's what we called him. We called him Death. Many of you may have heard already stories in the town of the Baron, and he sent me to find proof of vampires, and he sent me to meet up with this group who was already entangled with them. In return for that, I promised that I would bring back this proof for my freedom. Not just for my freedom, but for a chance to redeem my village and bring my village back into the light. Defeat the evil that was done to it and bring it back to life. And I've done that. My debt needs to be fulfilled. My place is here. I've seen what happens to me if I continue the fight. If I continue to choose to be just the warrior. And I would only end up defeating myself. These people need me. And I will always be here for them. So what I need you to do is to find this Baron. Give him proof. Balder, your necklace is the proof that we need. He can help you. He will help you. Shed some light on how to stop Ghazi. More than I ever could. So this is where my part of this journey ends for now. I'm going to take out my horn, and I'm just going to, he's not here, but I'm going to say, Balder, Balder, if you,
Ryan,
if you find yourself in need of me, it's always worked for me. Use this, and I'll do everything I can to be back with you. And then, Kip, you've been a great companion. You see things beyond any of us. I'm gonna take off my necklace, my holy symbol, my claw, and I'm gonna say, you are a hunter. Don't be afraid of the hunt. I'll take it and I'll put it over his head. May this continue or further your ability to see. I can't promise it's going to work for you the way it worked for me, but it never let me down. So I ask all of you to continue this journey. You can find the Baron somewhere near Benalu. If you ask around, they'll know who you are looking for.
You don't think we all want family? We all don't want the easy path? I understand the draw of family, Borin. I could be back home in an instant. I could snap my fingers and be there. We choose the hard path, not the easy path.
Do you think this is going to be an easy path? This is the path that these people need right now.
Family and community is always an easier path. And I understand what you want to do. That is not our call. Our calling is the hard path.
When I fell in Drusus's lair, I had seen nothing but dark red glow. I know what that sign was. You will see. If you just trust me and believe me, you will see what I mean. My time here is over. My time with these people has just started. This is where I need to be. I can no longer help you. I will only slow you down from here.
That is not true.
I think it is very true. I think you all know, because unless I change my way, I've seen it. I saw it. My body laid out over that well. When I had seen Woden had showed me how that happened.
It was the destiny of all of us.
Yes, if you remained
it is not.
just a warrior.
We have all made the decision to
Because that is all we are, is it?
For this.
Yeah. My sacrifice is not over. It's just changing paths for a while. I ask you to please do this for me. You seek him out, and he will help you. He will put an end to this. There's so many more that need your help. Let me do some good for a little while. I've done so much harm. I've seen so much death. I just need to do some good.
You've done good at every village we've been to.
I know, but I need to do it without taking more lives. I've seen too much. It is my time. It is my time.
I respect your decision, and to Simon's point, we all have chosen the harder path. But I will not say that this is your easy path. This cannot be easy for you. But I joined the champions because I needed help. I still need help. And while I do not expect us to turn and go to Scotland and everybody drop what they're doing and help me, before I can ask that, I feel that I need to help others. And while maybe I have helped you, we all need help at a time, and I don't know that we can do it without each other, and that includes you.
This is going to help you more than I will be able to do in the future.
What a pretty little story, isn't it?
That is. Oh, man.
This is just how it is.
Come in. You come in. When I had already been on this journey, it started with death. And I'm still on it, and you decide to just end it, and to end your part?
Yes.
You think that we do not miss our homes, our families? I have not seen or heard from my sister in years.
You have a sister?
I have not seen my brother in years.
Yes, a brother?
We are going farther away with every passing day.
Your story and my story are two different stories. Mine just happens to take me in this direction now.
Nothing but warriors.
You are all much more than warriors. The problem is that right now I need to be more than just a warrior.
We haven't been doing more than you have.
It's not a measurement of who has done what and who has done more. This is the direction my path is taking me.
Balder says, "As much as it hurts me to see you go, I understand your decision to stay. Goodbye, old friend. We will continue to carry this torch in your honor. May our paths cross again, where we will stand together and the end of the world and rid this place of Ghazi and the evil he holds over it." He raises a glass to Borinth.
Thank you, my friend. I'll see you on the battlefield. That I have no doubt about. Champions, you stay as long as you must. As long as you see fit. Anything you need is yours.
This Baron that you speak of, I heard the tales from people talking last night, and they were saying that he might want to try to bring back his dead love. But he sent you to learn more and find proof of the vampires. Is that not suspicious? We should trust this Baron that could be wanting to find ways of undeath? As I too long for my lost love, I don't want to bring her back. I want to join her.
From my understanding is that he sees the threat of vampires and the undead as two different things.
And they are.
I think he
What kind of evil, though?
No.
I'm not.
There's this good undead.
I don't.
You in the gray areas.
Since when am I the one when is he the one who sees ambiguity in things?
There is much unnatural going on there.
Yes.
I don't. You know what?
But was his proof not an evil purpose?
He would bring some back to life. He would heal some. And he would, just like death, he would make the choice.
But you trust him?
I owe him everything. I owe him being here. I owe him.
You were manipulated into a contract.
Possibly. But everything comes at a cost.
I mean, that's how I met you. I brought your friend back.
This is how I brought this village back. I had to make that choice. Otherwise, I would never have been here. I would have died there. So anything you need, I just ask you to do me this favor. And you will know, Kip. You'll know.
Marius stands up and leaves.
I will do it, but I will not like it.
'Tis Matthias's way of saying he loves you.
Thank you, champions. Now, enjoy the rest of the evening.
It will be hard after this.
Aye.
I'm sure a few more of those, what were they called? Gold, I don't remember the name.
I don't know, but it's starting to feel
A few
very
more
heavy.
of those special brews and you will forget it all.
Good to
No, I still feel the first two.
If you ever need me, the Ravens will find me.
They will. Thank you.
It is a solemn table.
Not after I put plates of elk in front of you.
Okay.
And I give an extra one to you for.
I am a hunter.
To the extent that a funeral can be festive, it is festive. People are talking. There's no dancing going on, but there's music playing and people are enjoying the elk and other food, and there's ale and Geldner's not coming out of the Wotan's Klaga tent into the night, and clearly there's
the bathroom is like really getting longer and longer.
it's like an Oktoberfest bathroom.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
just a sheet that you go behind and go against.
Yeah.
And the night, unless there's anything else you do.
I'm gonna, one last thing, I'm gonna walk
Yeah,
out
you can
to
do
the
it.
funeral pyre, like where the fire was
Sure.
going, and I'm gonna take out the little statue of Woden that I got from Kartra,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna put it on the funeral pyre and just say, you know, take this with you. Thank you. Karcha never got to have this.
It slowly glows in the embers, and you see the flames lick at it for a moment, and then it slowly starts to burn.
I'll head back to the festivities.
You head back, and the rest of the party is still there? Question?
Minus Marius.
Minus Marius? What is Marius doing?
Standing outside the gates, fuming. Sat on a tree stump somewhere and just staring out into the dark.
Sitting on the stump, it's a glorious night. Tangri would have loved this night under this bluish purple sky, the stars piercing the blanket of it. You hear the music playing behind you and the revelry. Beyond, to one side, you see the glow of the pyre burning. You see behind you the glow of the villagers celebrating, memorializing, remembering the passing of someone. What are you doing?
Time for him to decide that he has the choice to leave. Wish I felt I had that choice.
The rest of you ponder, your thoughts go in different directions as you ponder it. The evening slowly dies down. People meander off to their respective places, some to the Wotanskloga to rest, others to some of their homes about.
I'm gonna go venture out to find Marius.
Okay.
I'm gonna venture out to go to sleep in one of the towers.
Alright.
And I will take out the woolen cloak that Borinth made me. Wrap myself in that to keep me warm in the cool night air.
Even smells like it.
It really smells like bloody dead sheep, but that's also like what he smells like, so it's pretty close. Pretty close.
You venture out, and unless Marius found himself someplace to hide, it's fairly easy to find him.
All right. I'll walk out the gates and see him sitting on the stump, brooding and talking to himself, and just kind of stand next to him, silent for a moment, and just, are you all right, my friend?
Well, that depends on which answer you want. Do you want the answer that I feel would be best received, or the answer that is truthful?
Well, sometimes the truthful one, though maybe hard to hear, is the most needed.
No. No, I am not.
No, you and I have not spent much time together since I joined the Champions, but you are our moral compass, and a lot of us are here because of you. Borinth is not the first one who has left the Champions. No. We've lost Jumnus and Morton and
yes.
Aldrich,
Gundrick and Gundrick and
all sorts of people.
And
yes.
Yet
Well,
the Champions.
I can hardly say I miss Gundrick the way I miss Jumnus.
Aye, but the Champions, we still grow. We find numbers in our ranks, and we.
But that is exactly the problem.
Aye, but Borinth's.
No, you don't understand.
I don't.
I've been here. What? How long now?
Years.
Years. I've been on this road. Years I have trod a path. We began in it was somewhere between Austria and Pest. I don't even remember where exactly. That was where it started, and then up to Visegrad, down into Serbia. And we've just gone farther and farther since then.
Yes, and I think that
Every
was...
step of the way, I have been here. No matter what happens, I am always the one who is still here.
And we are grateful for that. As I said, moral compass, but maybe the glue of this party is what I should have
Yes,
said.
and that is an honor, but it is also a burden.
Yes, one that maybe it is only you can bear, fair or not. But, that is also a choice. Much like Jumnus had a choice to leave, and now Borinth chooses to leave, and Simon and Eldrick choose to stay.
But I do not have that choice.
Why?
If I am as important as you say I am, then I do not have that choice. Because if I, and even if I'm not, even if, as seems to be the case, I am no superhuman. Far from it.
None of us
Compared
are.
to some of the folk who've come through, who've joined our ranks, I am painfully mundane. But I cannot just step aside. I don't have that choice. If I choose to abandon this path, everything I hold dear is at risk.
Then let us see it through.
And how long will that be?
As long as it takes. Which I think you know. And you knew when you ventured out.
On some level, yes. But it does not mean I am happy. When others decide they have when others decide that they have that choice.
Aye, well.
When I don't.
Folks like you and I don't get to experience happiness very often. That is not a choice.
I've not heard a single word from my family for years.
Have
my
you...
eldest brother could be dead in a ditch right now, and I wouldn't know.
Have
He's
you...
already old enough to be my father anyway.
Have you written them?
When I have the chance, but we move so often.
You have the chance right now. You can leave the note with Borinth and he will send it off. It could be...
The problem is not me writing them.
therapeutic.
I write at every opportunity. The problem is... there's only so much you can say in ink. And even less you can say when you cannot expect a response.
Do our travels take us anywhere near your family?
My family are in Hungary. to the east.
Not on the itinerary.
The Benelux is to the northwest.
Hey, well,
I'm a Knight Baron of His Majesty King Charles Robert. His domain extends from Croatia in the west to Transylvania in the east. Transylvania is where my home lies.
I see. Maybe this Baron that Borin speaks of will know your family and can give you an update. Sometimes nobility are connected.
And when I left the kingdom last, it was in the midst of a civil war. Whenever I think about it, the more it sounds absurd. The sheer amount of everything. I suppose that the root of all this is that I am bitter, surprisingly.
Yes. I am too. I do not wish to part without him, but I respect his wishes, and he has earned it. So I am grateful you are here, and I look forward to continuing to adventure with you, and maybe we can reconcile your family differences.
I do not know if there are differences to reconcile.
Well,
the problem isn't that I cannot hear from him. It is that we are never in the same place for long enough for me to expect a reply.
Yes.
But now I sound as though I whine.
Well, I'll leave you be.
A light mist, rain starts to fall gently. As clouds
Matthias
roll in.
turns up his hood and heads back towards the town.
As the clouds slowly roll in over the town, a mist starts to settle in. The gentle rain falling. Those that were remaining outside the Wotensklage quickly scatter to their respective villages, village homes, to the tent itself. The rest of the party retire for the night someplace. I know you're in a tower.
Yeah. I'll stay out there with the rain on me. Covered up a little. Kind of hunkered in the corner.
Borinth is just kind of mingling with whoever's left and small talk and chatting and telling stories. And I think if anybody notices him or sees him, they're probably going to see him with a bigger smile than they probably ever had seen him with before. Right now.
There are many coming up to you and complimenting you and thanking you and just giving you the, just thrilled that somebody's going to give them some guidance. The night passes uneventfully. You could be in the midst of a long rest if you want.
Not a bad idea.
Could be a couple days into a midst of a long rest if you want.
That's going to be a good thing.
The next morning rises. The town is busying itself. What is the party doing?
Well, Borinth is just getting involved in some of the projects and helping people to rebuild and just whatever construction projects are going on and just kind of just getting involved.
Okay. We're going to fast forward a little bit in time. The party has completed a long rest. Borinth has been working. You've been working with the town.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's been enjoying the Wotan's Klaga. The next day, or one of those days, your system finally tries to pass the Geldner's knot.
That took a while, huh?
It took a while to work itself through your system. You need to roll a...
Oh.
Where is it here, Tom? Too many pieces of paper.
How much? You have to roll to see how much it's going to hurt.
Yeah. Well, it's a constitution check and then like size check.
Yeah. There should be a size check and then a constitution check.
Okay.
Is it a constipation check?
Yeah, constipation check.
Roll a d20.
18.
18. Okay. No, you had how many drinks?
I had 2.
2. Okay. You have a very, very roll a d100.
Oof. Yeah. Go with the white dice. 58.
58. On a scale of 0 being a small and 100 being you need surgery
halfway there.
to remove it.
Somebody call
This
Tom.
thing stays in your body and you struggle to get it out, but eventually it passes and it feels like you're letting coal exit your body. And it definitely doesn't. Sifting through the provided bag, it doesn't look like gold.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't think this was a good batch.
Coming out of
Fool's
me
gold.
Fool's gold.
It's coming out of me like lava.
Hot snakes, hot
See,
snakes.
that's the same description that people use with the MRE babies.
Yeah, MREs, yes.
All right. Whew.
Time
I'll
passes.
take another long rest after that.
The party is fully provisioned. Fully rested. What are you guys doing?
Where do we go now?
Benalu.
What is in Benalu?
Baldur's cart. And exploding barrels of bitumen. Or at least where the exploding barrels of bitumen came from. Did you hear about a fire in Munich?
I do not think so.
Did you hear about a fire in Munich?
Would I have?
It was.
You have a long.
It was
You have quite a
pretty
road
big.
to.
It was-
Yeah, you might have heard of a fire in Munich. It was a huge fire.
Huge
it was
fire.
a great
Definitely
fire.
catch you up on
Burned
Yeah, it was
the road.
most of the.
barrel that exploded.
You might not have known what caused it. Or,
Well, that's a crossroads.
You kept.
There are several things happening.
He won't be out in the open. So just watch out.
Should we ask?
Outside Benalu. You can ask around.
Benalu is where the Baron is.
Yes.
Okay.
That's where he told me he would be.
Do we say Borin sent us, or is there?
Well, you'll have to show him the proof. But yeah, you can tell him this.
We'll just kind of fiddle the necklace.
Yeah. You can tell him. You can show him that. He'll know it.
Okay. Then to Benalu.
And once we reach Benalu, we have another decision to make. We either need to move west towards France in hopes of gaining more pieces of the Demon Slayer to defeat Ghazi. Or
And north.
we could head north.
North to get to the Benelux.
Northwest would be the Teutons, who seem to be...
That's northeast.
The Borin, but
Yes, northeast, yes.
So west or northeast.
Yeah. And they, the Teutons seem to be on a mission to destroy both magical artifacts and holy artifacts.
And that's what we need.
That's kind of connected with the exploding barrels of bitumen, maybe.
Okay.
They might be using that to help destroy them because it gets really hot.
Who knows why those men do anything, let's be honest. Zealots are never comprehensible.
But word is that they are draining magical energy from even the area that they're in, which, although I would not want to go there, it seems that it's something that needs to be stopped. But Ghazi needs to be stopped too, and
yes,
the more worrisome thing is that we are no longer a small nuisance to Ghazi. The things we have done have grown. He surely knows we are in search of the components of a weapon to destroy him. There is every chance that he knows each and every one of us, where we are from, who our families are.
Well, I know he knows me.
And every single one of them could be in danger. Even now, my family home may be in ruin.
Yes.
We believe a piece of the demon slayer, the staff, may reside somewhere near my family home.
And where is that?
Near Zaragoza.
And where is that?
That's in the Argonian Empire, just west of the Pyrenees and the Iberian Peninsula.
I think selfishly there will be time where I would like to go back to Scotland, which travels us far out of our way.
But the things you have told me about Scotland, and the things that you have seen, the beasts that are corrupting your land, I doubt they are not connected.
I agree. It is either part of something.
So I'm sure we'll find ourselves there at some point.
Yes. And we just leave Borinth.
Have you seen me? I don't think I can make him go.
Have you seen me? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe Marius if he really gets angry, but
I think I calmed him down.
Oh.
Let's not restart that. All right. Let us to Benalu. I guess we'll part ways. We're provisioned and ready to go. And
don't forget Baldur's Cart. It's in Benalu.
Baldur's Cart.
I'll walk with them to the gate when they're ready to leave.
Perhaps you will walk with us a little further.
Sure.
Don't know that Galila will understand.
She's gonna be pissed.
She will not. And in a way, I think she knew, which is why she's not here right now. I think she saw it coming. But I think she'll understand. I do.
Anything you would like to relay to her?
Just let her know that if anybody could fill my shoes, it's gonna be her. And that there's a lot of fight in her. And you'll let her know I said that.
I look down at your bare feet, raise my eyebrow.
There's a lot of fight in her. And tell her to not keep it a secret. That's all.
I'll turn and I'll reach into my pouch and I'll pull out what I've been whittling the last few nights. And it's just the face of a wolf. And just say, just to remember.
Thank you.
It's just a very crude looking wolf. I'm not very good, but
yeah,
yeah.
Thank you. I love it. I think it'll look good on the tavern right above the bar. Right next to Juice's hand.
In the middle of some hands.
Yeah.
Maybe something to hold the hands. Pull out the clean skull of the elk with the antlers on.
Oh, nice.
Where'd you pull that from?
Yeah, right.
It was attached to my back the entire time. You guys were just talking.
Yeah, we'll clean this up a little.
Ow?
Yeah.
Very good at this.
Yeah, I mean, he rolled a 58. What'd you roll?
Light rain is falling. Some low clouds have rolled in, obscuring the beautiful sky over the Badenweiler. The hills, the mist settles into the hills. Borinth, you walk with them out of the gate.
Yeah, at a certain point, I'm going to stop and say, do you guys remember last time we were here? Simon, you'll remember this. Marius, you'll probably remember this. Balder would remember this. I would take walks around the outside of those village walls. Mm-hmm. You see this spot right up over here? There's like a hill, like a little bit of a berm, you know, trees, big, huge tree that was like, looks like it once was down there, you know. When I was a kid, we used to train right here in these woods here. And when my village was attacked when I was a younger boy, from right here I could see where my father was killed. Because we played in those woods when we were attacked. I need to right that wrong for the future generations here. And I will see you soon, I'm sure. Because I'm sure you're going to need my help.
Even as you leave town and walk several...
Borinth. Can I say something?
Of course.
I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not pleased with this series of events. In fact, I have come to the conclusion that I may even be jealous. But nonetheless, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Marius. You always have the choice.
If only I believed that as much as you did.
I felt as you
Farewell,
did.
Borinth.
Farewell, Marius. Hey, Marius. You take care of them. You take care of them for me, please.
What else am I to do?
I'm going to turn around and start heading back.
You start heading back. As you do, as the rest of the party walks along outside the walls, several villagers pass by, say to you in German, Dankeschön, Auf Wiedersehen, Siegreise, thank you, goodbye, safe travels.
By the time I'm sorry, go on. I was gonna say, by the time I get back to the walls of the city, I'm gonna go into the city, and I'm gonna. It's not obviously I left the one horn with Balder, but you're gonna hear like the horn way out in the distance, like a bunch of them, like some of the warriors of the city, all just kind of like you hear the horns like blowing way out.
In return, you'll hear Lycoa howl.
That's awesome. You need a howl.
I know. I was thinking about doing it just now, but you hear the howl.
Reprogram it to the howl. Yeah.
And it's like a painful howl.
As you leave The village quickly disappears in between the shadows of the low mountains. And you hear the echo of the horn very far beyond. It's cool, it's damp. Again, there's a light rain falling. You head north. Heading generally in a north direction. Heading toward the Benalu, correct? Asking travelers for directions along to Benalu on the road. You learn that Benalu is not so much of a place as it is a region. Once one of the most prominent cities in the Benalu is arguably a city built near a dam in the river Amstel, or Ubd Amsteladam. Traveling for a couple days with the sun off your right rear in the morning and left rear in the afternoon, you are generally heading north. You stop several days at nondescript taverns. You eventually come to a raised road. There's quite a lot of traffic on the road itself. Covered wagons pulled by large draft horses. On either side of the road, you note farms and peat being harvested. Here and there, large bodies of water are surrounded by earthen dams. You hear other stories of this so-called Baron. Someone tells you a story in one of the taverns. Over the past few years, the sightings and stories of the Baron have become farther between. He's gone more into a myth than the real thing by now. If he ever did exist, he may have moved on from this place or this life. There was a family of 4, stricken deadly ill. A mason, his wife, and 2 children, a daughter and a son. The mason maintained the crypts, or mausoleums, in the swamplands around Amsterdam, in the Benalu. Some say the mason brought the sickness home with him from working in those dark, misty, wet swamps. When the sickness struck home, folks saw less and less of the family. The daughter had it the worst, and none expected her to suffer long. While the mason's wife did her best, the girl got worse and worse. One night, the mason returned from the swamp with the Baron. The Baron moved like an awkward shadow through the darkness. The Baron left the home later that night. Before the next morning, the mason passed away. By sunrise, the little girl was healed. Without the mason, the crypts and the mausoleums and the swamplands continued to deteriorate, and supposedly, the Baron still lurks somewhere out there in the swamps of Benalu. Everybody having a good time?
Fabulous.
Oi.
Absolutely.
We're going to pause there.
Holy.
Wow. Lots of role play, guys. I enjoyed it. I hope you did. Going around the table. Zynon.
What's he doing?
What is this for?
Hey, here it comes.
Uh-oh.
Here it comes. Get your finger on the
Fuck, man. What the? Like, really? Like, between the whole, like, Sigismund thing and freaking, man.
Yeah.
This is way too emotional for D&D, man. Like, this is like a step above. Like, fabulous. Like,
yeah, it's just it's
Tom,
just like the right time.
unbelievable with Sigismund. Like,
oh God, yeah.
Jesus.
Jeez.
And man, come on. This is killing me. I've been on the edge of tears like the entire night.
It's good. It means we're all alive, man.
Yeah, fabulous. And it lets you know that playing with people for like, I've been here for I think just over 3 years, actually means something after a while.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah.
2,000 experience points, sir.
Thank you.
Kip, did you have a good time?
I did. Thank you.
What was your highlight?
I mean, the whole session. I think. I mean, not to echo too much of what Jesse said, but it's. I mean, we just played for almost 3 hours, and I played D&D to get away from real life. And
I'm sorry.
No. What I'm saying was, I was not in real life. Like, this was the moment. This was a moment to be in, which is what I think we all want when we play, is to escape and be in this moment. And it was like just, it's a story that, I mean, we had a little arc in a story that seems like it might be coming to a close here. And it was just epic to just follow it through. You know this, Tom. D&D sometimes very rarely goes from like level 1 to level 20. You know, it falls apart or it crumbles. It doesn't have to, but like it crumbles at certain points, right? Like sessions come to closes and then it doesn't get fulfilled. And to see a player or a character have a moment of fulfillment there is just, that's just great. And you were crying. You were crying, Tom. And that, like when I see somebody else cry, then I start crying. it was
Did I
very
pull
good.
it off?
Yeah, you pulled it off. You did pull it off. Like I was like, don't look at me, because if you look at me, I'm gone.
Well, good. I'm glad that it worked. You are level 10, correct?
Yes, sir.
3,500 experience.
Thank you.
Edric, I'm glad you could make it. Rick?
Same.
Nick? I'm thrilled you could make it. I wish I could handle 9. We did have one time 9 players at the table. I regretted it. But I'm always thrilled to have great players come back, even if it's only now and then. So I'm thrilled you were here. What was your highlight? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I am just so happy that this is the session that I could be at. Honestly, this is... I don't know any of the characters that are anything that's going on with this town, and I was about to cry. Like, I knew nothing about any of this stuff, and I'm just like sitting here going like, this dude sounds awesome. Like, it was just fantastic. Everything was just fantastic.
Well, very cool. I'm glad you had a good time. And you're level 8, correct?
Yes, sir.
4,500 experience points. I hope we're getting close to a ding. Brian, I'm going to come back to you. Reiner, did you have a good time?
I did.
I don't know how much was in character and how much was Reiner. What was your highlight?
That was entirely in character.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm glad, because sometimes...
Why don't you write your family, Reiner?
Yeah.
Come and visit your dad.
Visit your dad.
What was your highlight?
I wanted to say that in character.
What was your highlight?
Did you visit your dad?
I enjoyed the whole session, like as usual, because it's just. So I think that honestly, this entire thing has made me start to realize that some directions I can take Matthias in, which was something that I had been struggling with for a while.
Okay, well, yeah. Much
And,
like...
I mean, honestly, the entire session was just great, because, I mean, I've never been a terribly emotive person when it comes to things like funerals, but everyone else certainly was, and I certainly felt like it was a genuine moment.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I thought you were very in character. I thought it was terrific. Your role playing was awesome. And it was so realistic. I didn't know. That's why I said I didn't know whether it was Reiner or Marius. I thought your RP was marvelous. I love the moments. I'm not sure they all. I love the moments where I can just shut the F up and sit here and let something happen. I mean, not because I'm looking for a cop-out. I've always got tons of material. But I just think I live for those moments. Those are what to make it fun for me. And when your moment out of the blue, obviously I knew Brian and I knew some things were going to happen. He didn't know everything that was going to happen. But I didn't expect your speech, your diatribe, your conversation with Kip, and I thought it was marvelous. I thought it was incredible.
I learned more about Marius tonight than I've ever known. Off and on 5 years, it was good. It was a good moment.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
2,000 experience points and another inspiration token to build up your stack again.
Yeah, you got quite the stack going here of inspiration, man.
I'll have to use it.
At least 2 levels.
It's not a Kip stack, but it's a... Okay.
Building back up now.
Because Borin won't be here to clutch for us anymore.
Brian, back into you.
That's my new T-shirt. I roleplayed for inspiration.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have to give you experience. No, that's not true. What was did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time. My highlight was when we got to roll the dice, watching the game.
Yeah.
We created a new dice game.
Was that?
That was my highlight, the new dice game.
That was the highlight. Okay.
It was interesting. But no, it was. So I think we agreed on Discord.
On any
and probably
other
at the
night
table
that
that's going to be a thing now, this game that we were doing. And we're going to get Ryan to make us a
very cool.
bowl.
I look forward to seeing it. I look forward to seeing it.
I mean, I feel like it's so rare that you get to take a story from beginning to end like that, and I'm really appreciative that you let me do it. And it just seemed like the right time.
Did we do it fair? Did we do it justice?
Amazing. I think so. I mean, based on everyone's reaction, I think that's the real judge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think some people had an inkling that it was coming.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Yeah,
I mean, I think so. But it just seems like the right time. I
mean, it fit impeccably with
how else,
where we are.
How else do we make in this world these characters feel real if there is really no if you just know that from week to week that someone's going to be here. I mean, you can't take it for granted, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to kind of put an end to it, because I personally like to wrap things up. Just in my life, I like to make sure that if we're moving on to something else, I wrap it up and I give it a good solid ending and then move on to the next thing. So I'm just glad that we were able to just do that for the character. I love the character, so it's just great to be able to, and I appreciate the opportunity to do it.
I am thrilled.
Borin's not going to need these, so I am going to thank you guys by giving everybody inspiration.
You were awesome.
A little bit of Borin.
That's for Ryan, and that's for you, Jesse. I'm going to give out I'm inspiring you now.
Okay, but Borin does get 2,000 experience points. Should he ever come back, he has 2,000 experience points.
Yeah, but thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. I hope I did it justice as well.
Blow the horn. Blow the horn now. Blow the horn now.
You're blowing the horn right now?
Bring him back. Bring him back right now. We need him. Blow the horn. Blow the horn. Just blow it. Blow the horn now.
He comes running through again what?
Guys, he just left. I was just testing.
I was just
testing it.
You really
seeing if you were really going to come back.
You were leaving me. Where are you, guys?
I can't believe you guys actually left.
As the camera pulls back, Borinth is alone in a field, blowing his horn. The party is getting drunk in a bar someplace else. They have no idea.
Borinth, you got to taste this. That's why we called you.
Guys,
yes.
I had a great time. Thank you for playing. I greatly appreciate you guys being here. You guys make this an enjoyable event for me. It's something I look forward to. Obviously, I put a lot of time into it, because I love it, and I hope I do it something like this justice. I was going to send music to you that I was planning to use, but then I know he's a musician and he would shoot down everything I did. So
you did it amazing.
So I hope the music that I picked out here.
Zubeda's got crying emojis.
Zubeda and Ryan, you were missed, but as well as all of the other players who've ever been here. Guys, I had a great time. Again, thank you so very, very much. Here we go. What a night. I think.
The best of nights.
Was it the best of nights?
It was pretty.
I think there's a song in there somewhere.
There was.
Oh, what a night.
Wait, are you talking about the other night when you were with the girl? It was like with.
No.
Well, not goodbye, or I hope not. Tonight we said goodbye, at least for now, to Brian's character Borinth. We've seen Borinth progress from the neophyte who 6 years ago entered Constantinople's hippodrome to fight the mad mage Bazan's Terreru. Since then, he fought at the siege of Prusa in the Monaco's Tower and ventured to the Ottoman capital of Sigut. Alongside Jumnus Dawnflower, Balder, Kip Kalin, Marius Bathory, and Gundrick Voxel, Borinth was one of the original 6 who faced off with the vampire lord Osman Ghazi, his minions, what appeared to be a red dragon, and discovered Ghazi's intentions in Europe. Exploring the Kahanim sinkhole in Anatolia, he first met the long-dead king of the Germans, Barbarossa. Shortly thereafter, Borinth witnessed the unleashing of the zombie horde by party member Gundrick Voxel. Later, Borinth struck Gundrick down like a dog in the streets of Constantinople. Shortly thereafter, he helped protect the Byzantine emperor in the Hippodrome from Ottoman assassins. With the party, Borinth fought the Ottoman vizier, who came to be known as Carpet Boy, in a warehouse, on the Aegean, and in a final battle in the Mediterranean. He fought the massive water pusses in the Adriatic, helped rescue Queen Simonida of Albania, and helped kill her husband, a king, in Vloar. Borinth helped topple a giant pink phallus in Venice, while fighting bullets.
Sorry, I missed that.
Discovered horrors, boring holes in the earth beneath the northern Italian plains, and crossed the treacherous Alps in the dead of winter to pursue another meeting with the long-dead Barbarossa. In doing so, he fought ice spiders, flying horses, living boulders, yeti, and learned from a white dragon with multiple personalities that there are no red dragons, despite having seen one. With his compatriots, he climbed the Untersberg mountain and found Barbarossa's resting place. Descending, Borinth helped the party explore a spider church before Simon torched it, and helped rescue a family in Salzburg, and rescued many, many more in the Great Fire in München. With the others, he discovered that the Great Fire originated in a bitumen transfer facility. With the party, he fought a glorious rear action against one of the 2 Holy Roman Emperor's armies in Mortgarten, led the charge out of the siege of Kyburg, and was present when Balder acquired the Heilige Lanza, or the lancehead from the Spear of Destiny. In a surreal moment, Borinth fought alongside the party to defeat animated gingerbread men, snowmen, and Christmas trees. Though the Mistress Mas demons Sophie got away, at least for now, he helped defeat Krampus himself. Returning home, he defended his people against the massive Drusus beasts, was sucked up into it and nearly froze to death, but escaped due to his strength of will. After fighting in the mine's cathedral crypts and under the Drusistine, we witnessed Borinth take down his nemesis, who was for decades suppressing his people, Drusus. Returning home to the Badenweiler, Borinth has come full circle. Many, who have adventured with and departed the party bear the right to emblazon on their tunic a champion of the sun. Humgos, Jumnus Dawnflower, Gundrick Voxel, Louvier Moreau, Shalom, Virexen Gallinodel, Elderic Vesterbach, Morton Harket, Cartris Silverstream, Mikolash Dolian, Pandora Spox, Banner, Gorp, and others. However, Borinth has arguably been one of those who have ventured the longest with the champions. Starting by my record, September 7th, 2017, or 1317, Brian has played the character Borinth through approximately 130-ish sessions, or about 360 hours. And Borinth has only bathed twice.
I was around for both of those.
Again, by my records. As the current champions, Zyman Vol, Balder, Kip Kalin, Galela Bemnet, Edric, and Marius Bathory, and perhaps someone new, continue their adventure, Borinth is at long last home in the Badenweiler. However, I suspect Borinth's story is not over, but one to be continued another time. Blow the horn, dude.
I'm gonna miss that.
I will end my diatribe there. Thank you for watching Seven-Sided Dice Carpathian Adventure. Again, we would like to thank Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound effects. That's www.syrinscape.com. Thank you, artists Yenu and Silky Noir, for the terrific character art. Please patronize them by the @Yenu draws on Instagram, @Yenu on Tumblr and Twitter, and patronize Silky Noir on DeviantArt. Please comment in the Twitch chat room on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. You know, while we do this strictly for fun, please let us know how we might improve this stream. Lastly, please follow on Twitch and on Instagram. Please like on Facebook and YouTube, and please subscribe on YouTube. Always remember, in the Carpathian Adventure, the journey is the destination, and we will continue the journey in 2 weeks. So for now, thank you for watching. Roll a 7-sided die, and have a good night.
Play some Dungeons and Dragons!